Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic. You saw Sonic?
Sonic is canonical within Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh boy.
So, India Swift, who does the Doig Swift thing, is a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan, and it's just kind of like, it just kind of got me a little bit, because I didn't give a fuck about the first movie. I dodged it. But I've been watching their show for a while, and they're always hype about Sonic. Swift is, and then another, like, a good friend of theirs, Onsta Monsta, is a huge Sonic fan, and just a huge Sega fan in general. Her biggest thing is Yakuza.
Right.
Here's how my brain went to get the name of the video game Yakuza or Yakuza. Is that like, oh, it's that game by Sega about the what was the title of it? Oh, it was based on the guys that do the crime in Japan, the Yakuza. What was that game called? Yakuza. Got it. Anyway, Sonic. So Sonic 2's out.
Sonic Hedgehog.
Yeah, Sonic Hedgehog. A documentary about the chromosome. I decided to just watch it all. Started with Sonic 1. It's fine. It's fine. It was an American movie about Sonic the Hedgehog. And god damn if they had like gone with the original design, that would have been
Unwatchable.
It would have been unwatchable. But it was like, you know, with a Sonic that actually looks cool, it was fine. So, the theme of the movie was like Sonic got stuck on Earth, and he's got his rings let him teleport to wherever the fuck he wants, and that's what rings do. That's what rings are. And so it's that if he gets here as a baby, he hides in a cave, but he sneaks out, he explores Earth. Like one hobo has ever seen him and tried to draw what he looks like, and it was Sonic.
Oh boy.
Yep. Now there's your Sonic insert. It's done. So they know they're memes. Memes are there. Memes are checked. Yes, memes will be included as needed and appropriate. Remember that. Remember that I said that. And the whole point of the first movie is trouble comes to him. Robotnik started coming after him. He's like, I could just leave. I could just get the fuck out and I could just go. And the next place I could go to is basically Mushroom Planet. And he's like, he looks at Mushroom Planet and says, I don't want to go there because it's just mushrooms. And Earth is cool. It's got movies and video games and roads that I can run on and cool shit. And the people are really interesting. And so he stays on Earth, gotta do stuff, solve problem, and the other theme was this, like, he grew up alone, he just wants a friend, and then Hollywoodman, whose name I don't fucking care.
Jim Hollywoodman.
Jim Hollywoodman plays the lead character, Hollywood protagonist, the Hollywood protagonist, and so Jim Hollywoodman as Hollywood protagonist says, I will be your friend, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Sonic the Hedgehog says, can I have a high five? And he says yes, and then they high five, and that's the end of the movie.
Nice.
And it's fun. It's fine. There's like at least 2 or 3 jokes that I legitimately laughed at, and it was a 6 out of 10. Like, it's not completely bland, nothing really wrong with it. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
So so I caught that, and I know the backstory. Yep, they did the thing. And then Sonic 2 came out. So I watched that on my laptop last Tuesday, and then Wednesday night after work, nothing else going on, I go to the theater across the street at stupid o'clock and just watch the last showing of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Do a theater to myself. Hey, Sinister. So I got to see Sonic 2 in a completely empty theater. I could make all the noise I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's actually super great. It was fun action. They did all the things. All the video game characters were super duper cool. Sonic was cool. Tails was cool. Knuckles was cool. Robotnik was cool. And then one other guy, is Robotnik's lackey is a guy named Agent Stone. He was cool. So, like, everyone in the conflict was cool, and they do cool things. Tails has a fucking gun because he invented one, and it's a little bitty bitty, little tiny, little fox-sized gun, and he shoots the robots with it. And the plot is shit that you'd recognize, but its own spin on it, so it's a lot of fun. And so how are they gonna do it? Oh, how's that? Oh, that did that way, and this did that, and it was a good fight, yeah. And then they did the thing, and the movie ended, and that was great. It was a great movie. I would say like an 8 out of 10, like just actually good, like actually genuinely good. The weird thing was the other movie.
Here we go.
So you go to see Sonic 2, and Sonic 2, the movie Sonic 2 is great. But this other movie is kind of like this weird sort of like generic, like just crank 'em out Hollywood sort of fucking, like it's just generic Hollywood comedy where it's like, oh, I did something awkward, hope no one notices. Oh, no, they noticed. Oh, no. Oh, it's detention because this person and this person, they got the tension. See the tension? Oh, no, it's awkward. Oh, no. Oh, no, there's a problem. I hope the problem that's projected for the whole time isn't gonna, oh, no, the problem did happen and it's probably fine, actually. And yeah, that movie was awful. That movie was terrible. And it starred Jim Hollywoodman from the first Sonic movie. He was the star of it, and his wife was the same, and his sister-in-law was the same, because it was actually part of the Sonic 2 movie. So here I'm watching this really awesome Sonic movie, and this really absolutely god-awful, terrible Hollywood comedy with some dumbass whatever famous people. And they're doing dumbass whatever. And then the movies crash together like the one scene in every Guy Ritchie movie. And it's like, oh no, now all the plots are mixed together. What's gonna happen? And some stuff happens. And it's dumb. And I don't know. They said some words about stuff, and it was really awkward and cringy. And you know me and cringe. I don't like to call things cringe, but it's just it's uncomfortable. It's just uncomfortable. And then the Sonic movie finished up, and Sonic was awesome, and they did a fight with the robots, and Sonic was so fast, and Tails was really smart, and Knuckles was so strong, and Robotnik's really evil, and he had, like, robots. He had so many robots, dude. It was so good.
So, you told me something
Mm-hmm.
screen about this that I want to comment on.
Mm-hmm.
You said you left during a particular point.
I sure did.
Can you elaborate more on that?
That's good, because I almost missed that point. So the movie starts with Sonic's in the with the dude. He's with Jim Hollywoodman, and they're like, yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, so we're all right. So we humans are gonna go to Hawaii and do the B plot. Sonic just stay here and like, you know, do whatever. And Sonic does whatever, and he trashes the place, but he, like, at least once or twice, just Sonic the Hedgehog zips around to clean it up. So it's basically no consequences anyway. And he even has a call with Jim Hollywoodman, where he's just like, are you wrecking shit? No? Well, I pretty much trust you to clean up whatever you do before I get back, because you're fast, so it's fine. And it's just like, okay, so, like, actually no consequences. And then Robotnik attacks, shit actually goes bad, Tails shows up, it's adorable, whatever. And then the real movie happens. And then they cut to the wedding movie. And I'm like, what? Oh, that guy's so much stronger than you, and his muscles are so much bigger. Aren't you ashamed? Aren't you a man? I don't know, I'm Jim Hollywoodman. Whatever. And then it cuts back to the Sonic part. The Sonic part's great, and it's fucking doing so fast. And then I had to pee. And I was like, how am I ever gonna get a chance to pee? I'm in the middle of a movie. And then it cut back to like Hawaii wedding. I was like, now. And I left, and I came back, and it was just in time for the next Sonic part. Great. And then Sonic part happened, cuts back to Hawaii wedding B plot, and they go, oh no, the awkward plot device. What awkward plot device? Oh, it must have happened when I did this thing in that last scene. And I was like, I missed nothing. That pee break was free. That pee break cost me 0. Everything that I could have missed from that period of time that I wasn't in the theater was just like, oh no, this plot device is entirely happened in that scene I missed. It was 100% explained. It was a completely deletable piece of the movie.
So, I was really hoping that it was the same scene, but Loopy Fritz apparently had a very similar experience, except probably with a different scene.
Okay, what do you know? What was Loopy's experience?
During the wedding itself, that's when
did
Loopy left.
Okay, all right, because the wedding itself is when the Guy Ritchie plot crash happens, when plot A and plot B crash. And did Loopy get back in time for the plot crash?
I think so.
That would be perfect. That would be perfect.
Basically, he came back.
Okay, because the time that you could arrive in the plot crash is wide. And you could get, there's a period, so plot A's happening, plot B's happening. Oh no, they're gonna collide into each other. Oh no, they're colliding. Oh no, it's a big mess. It's such a long, drawn out period that you could arrive in like anywhere within like a solid 3 to 4 minutes and just take one look at what's going on, like, got it, and you're back in. And the best part is, like, Sonic is all but KO'd, so nothing is happening with the characters you care about anyway.
Nice.
I'm gonna get to the punchline of all of this. But there's one really absolutely genuinely fascinating thing that I noticed from watching the whole, like, 1 and 2, is that Sonic gets straight up, like, 100% KO'd, breathing but unconscious, like, 3 or 4 times over the course of both movies. And then, at one point in the second movie, Tails has this happen. And every time this happens, for an unexplained reason, something will happen, and then they'll wake up like it's nothing. I'm back. I'm 100% again. And it's happened like distinctly a few times, and I find it so interesting because whatever it is build up for explaining what extra lives are. Because they are just straight up unconscious, KO'd, like not respond, like breathing but not responding. So they're not dead, but they are like just like on the brink, completely unconscious because they got KO'd in a fight, and then boom, click, right up back on their feet like in an instant. So like it's so specifically done like the same way so many times that it's like you are building up to something. This is extra lives. Extra lives actually happen in this universe, and you're going to explain it. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Interesting.
Now, to wrap up, Sonic movie was great. Hawaii Hollywoodman wedding movie was awful. They were smashed together in the same movie. It's fine. Just ignore this part. Pay attention to this part. It's great. And in the first movie, the theme was Sonic just wants a friend, and that was actually pretty cool. I thought that worked really well. It's like good chemistry. It made sense why Sonic is hanging out with Hollywoodman. The forced, ham-fisted, like stupid thread that they stitched these movies together with was that Sonic wants a family now. So he had a friend. He made a friend. And that was cool. And then he met Tails. And Sonic and Tails have kind of like a big brother, little brother relationship. So that would be the natural place to say, oh, Sonic found a family. And that's why the punchline of the movie is Sonic calling Jim Hollywoodman Dad.
Which I believe is a Sonichu reference.
Boy, is it! So, the fact that, like, the Sonic part of the Sonic movie is so incredibly, astoundingly good, and that the Hollywoodman part of the movie is so bad, makes me think that the writers and the team are basically like, well, fuck this, it has to be here because whatever, but we're gonna make this part good. We're gonna put everything, like, super good into the Sonic part. and just never mind this one. And then someone somewhere said, well, he's got to be adopted by them, so that he's got to be their kid now. And the writers were like, fuck up, no. Well, you have to, because shut up, do it. And so the only way that they could get away with it is basically setting it all up to be just, like, if you know a meme, you see that scene and you're just, that's Sonichu. That's a Sonichu reference. That was the punchline to the movie. Everything was building up to a Sonichu reference. Zap to the extreme.